Welcome to the Raw Podcast. We are real ass women talking about real ass shit. And I want to thank you for joining us on day 3 of Reclaiming Our Voices. Today, we're going to talk about something that has held us back for far too long: societal expectations. You see, from the moment we're born, society begins to shape us. It tells us how we should look, how we should act, and even how we should live our lives. It's like this invisible weight that we carry around, one that is constantly telling us we need to fit in a mold that's not even ours. But I want to take a moment, and I want you to really hear me when I say this. That mold is not for you. We've all been there, right? Feeling the pressure to look a certain way, act a certain way, or meet some unreachable standard of perfection. We've all had those moments where we thought we had to be everything for everyone else. Maybe it's society telling you that you need to be successful, rich, or have your life perfectly in order. Maybe it's the idea that you should have it all figured out by a certain age. Whatever it is, those expectations are not yours to carry. But what if we could break free from all of this? What if we could step back and look at our lives and say, I don't have to live this way anymore? What if we could give ourselves permission to let go of the shoulds and embrace the coulds of who we could truly be? This episode is all about embracing that freedom, letting go of the need of perfection and leading into the messy middle of life. The messy middle is where the magic happens, where the growth happens, where you get to show up as your authentic self. It's about saying, I don't need to have it all figured out. It's okay to not have everything perfect. It's okay to be who I am in this moment. You see, the truth is that version of yourself that society has been trying to mold you into is not for you. The real you is much more. It's messy, it's beautiful, it's raw, it's powerful, and that version of you is enough. Okay, I want you to think about this for a second. What would it look like if you stopped living based on someone else's expectations? What if just for today, you gave yourself permission to live without the shoulds? What if you just embraced the idea that you get to decide what's best for you? Maybe the shoulds are about how you look or how you show up in your relationship. Maybe it's about your career or where you think you should be in life by now. But none of that defines you. What defines you is your willingness to show up for yourself, to take things one step at a time, and to release the weight of expectations that don't serve you. Now, I know this is easier said than done. Breaking free from societal expectations doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, but every step you take into embracing who you truly are, no matter how messy or imperfect, is a victory. Every day you choose to show up for yourself over the shoulds is a day that you are reclaiming your power and your freedom. You are not defined by society's expectations. You are defined by the courage you have to be your true and authentic self, to say, this is who I am, and to show up in your life unapologetically. So as we close today's episode, I want you to reflect on 2 important questions. In what areas of your life are you living based on other people's expectations? Take a moment to think about the areas where you feel pressured, whether it's career, relationship, body image, or something else, and ask yourself, are those expectations truly aligned with who you really are? I also want you to ask yourself, what would your life look like if you released those expectations today? Imagine a life where you're free to be yourself without the pressure to fit into someone else's mold. What would it feel like to let the pressure of being perfect go? And as usual, I leave you with an affirmation. I want you to let this affirmation sink deep into your emotions today. And your affirmation for today is, I am free from the chains of societal expectations. I'm allowed to be my true and authentic self. Take a deep breath and say this affirmation as many times as you need today. You are enough just as you are. The only expectation you need to live by is your own. Thank you for showing up for yourself today. I'm proud of you for being here and taking steps towards your freedom. Tomorrow, we'll dive into even more ways to reclaim your power and embrace your authentic self. Until then, stay strong, stay real, and remember, you are already enough. Love, Mar.